The name on every football fan's lips today is Jude Bellingham, after the 17-year-old put in a fine performance for Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League. The clamour for him to land a spot in Gareth Southgate's final 23-man squad is growing, and the man who's coached him since he was 7 says it's a no-brainer and called him the most complete English midfielder since Paul Gascoigne.
I just don't see how you don't pick him. I think I always flip the question either way, is what would be your rationale for not picking him? Now, age might be a factor, but his performances completely outweigh that. You know, he's playing against probably the best midfielder in the world in Kevin De Bruyne. And listen, he was outstanding over the 2 legs. There's no two ways about that. But he's going toe-to-toe with him. And I just think if England are looking beyond this tournament, just for experience alone, he's got to go for me. And I appreciate that answer is fueled by a lot of bias. But, you know, if you're looking beyond this tournament, he has to go.
I'm still 50-50 on whether Gareth Southgate will include him in this squad. Look, he was absolutely outstanding again in the Champions League last night. First time he's played in a Champions League quarter-final. First goal he scored. But the numbers are really tight for Southgate. He only has 23 currently that he can pick in the squad. I think a lot depends on whether Jordan Henderson is fit. If Henderson is fit, I think he may get the nod ahead of Bellingham because of his experience.
I think there's a very, very good chance now that he will be in the England squad for 2 reasons. The first one is his ability. Look, that is undoubted. Everyone can see what he can do. And you can say, look, if he's good enough to play so well against Manchester City in the Champions League, then he's good enough to play against Croatia at Wembley Stadium in the Euros.
My big but is, though, that I expected him to play an awful lot more in those 3 World Cup qualifiers we had last month. He only got 45 minutes in the second half against San Marino. So if he is absolutely key to Gareth Southgate's plans, and there's no room for passengers, by the way, in that squad of 23, everybody who's in the 23 has to play, then why wasn't he given more international experience?
If you speak to Gareth Southgate, he will always say that one of the things that most impresses him about Bellingham is his temperament, how cool he is, how calm he is for somebody who is just 17 years old, the way he interacts with other members of the squad. So I've just got a funny feeling that Jude Bellingham will be in the squad. I would be surprised if he was in the starting 11 against Croatia, because I still think he's behind players like Declan Rice, Calvin Phillips, Mason Mount, Jordan Henderson. But I think he'll be in the squad.
He's played a total of 62 minutes in 2 internationals, 1 against San Marino, 1 against Ireland in a friendly. I think Southgate would have given him more if he was definitely part of his plan. So the debate's still open as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Bellingham made his breakthrough into the Birmingham first team aged just 16 before joining Borussia Dortmund last summer. Dodds explains why moving abroad was the natural choice for Bellingham to aid in his development.
We played Manchester City in the FA Youth Cup 3-4 weeks ago, and they were magnificent youth side, and they battered us, if I'm completely honest. 6 of the Man City players on the opposition played in the same England youth setup as Jude. And Jude's playing in the Champions League for Borussia Dortmund against Man City's first team. And I think for me, that speaks volumes in terms of the pathways out at Birmingham City. He's delivered. He's you know, people can't forget that. He did deliver, and all the Birmingham City fans will vouch for that. And he's gone to Dortmund, which was the kind of the next step in his journey, where he, again, his first and foremost thought was playing games, getting minutes. And he's not in their team just because he's a young player. He's in their team because he's performing and delivering. And I think that's the important thing people have got to remember.